There are just a few horrors haunting the shelves this week, but what we got is a pretty potent batch. Here's what's new in the genre of horror this week, June 8th, 2022. Welcome back to ML Miller Frights. I'm ML Miller. Before we begin, please do me a favor and punch that like button down below. Share this video with all of your social media addicted pals. Click subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications. Let's check out this week in comic book horror, June 8th, 2022. Volcanosaurus Number One is from American Mythology. The story is by S.A. Czech with art by Scotty Watson. What's that bursting out of that volcano over there? It's vomiting lava and looks pretty mean. Why, it's a Volcanosaurus. And damn it if that isn't cool as hell. It seems like a load of fun. Cult of Icarus Number 3 is from Scout Comics. The story is by Jenna Lynn Wright, with art by Karl Slominski. This series seems to revolve around a cult of vampires, or a cult versus vampires, or something like that. I'm into the covers, but haven't read an issue yet. Still, if I happen upon this series at the store, I think I might be prompted to take a peek at this bloody new series from Scout. Usher of the Dead Number 4 is from Blood Moon Comics. The story is by Keith Rommel, with art by Samir Semeo. I really like those creepy covers that adorn this series. It's sort of an existential horror yarn about the angel of death and the various sinners he escorts to the afterlife. And again, though this is the 4th issue in, there has been no word as to whether Usher makes an appearance in this series. Horror Comics Number 12 is from Antarctic Press. The story is by Gianluca Piredda, with art by Luca Lamberti. Dracula is 125 years young, so of course they're throwing him a swimsuit party. But doesn't the sun have some kind of effect on vampires? I thought I read somewhere that it did. Find out in this odd little issue of Horror Comics, which is trying to right itself after releasing issues 10 and 11 last week and issue 14 the week before. Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer Number 2 is from Opus Press. The story is by Mitch Iverson, with art by Luis Antonio Delgado and Stefano Martino. Has anyone checked out this series? Of course, I love Frazetta's paintings, but this series tells the story of the subject of one of Frazetta's most famous paintings. Does the art match up with Frazetta's? How about the story? Let me know if this is a worthy homage to a true master of fantasy illustration, and I might check it out. Vampirella Strikes Number 2 is from Dynamite Entertainment. The story is by Tom Sniegoski, with art by Jonathan Lau. In the not-so-distant future, Vampirella leads a group of survivors through a wasteland in this sequel to the Vengeance of Vampirella series. It's fang and claw action with a heaping helping of
titties, ass and titties.
Where Starships Go To Die Number 1 is from AfterShock Comics. The story is by Mark Sable, with art by Alberto Locatelli. While I didn't know this, there's a spaceship graveyard in the deepest parts of the ocean. It's where falling satellites and rockets drop to Earth so they don't hurt anyone. When a pair of scientists investigate one of the crashed vessels, they find out there's something living in the wreckage. It's deep-sea horror, and I'm ready for it. After School Number 1 is from Skybound Entertainment. The story is by Justin Benson and Aaron Morehead, with art by Greg Hinkle and Giovanna Nero. Remember those lame after-school specials from when we were kids? I always hated them because they would interrupt my usual viewing of He-Man or G.I. Joe. Well, Skybound has lined up some top talent to offer up some twisted tales of morality and lesson to learn the hard and horrific way. This first issue is written by Benson and Morehead, who directed some of the Moon Knight series, plus the movies Spring and Synchronic. I love these directors, and I can't wait to see their comic book debut in this issue. Aquaman Andromeda Number 1 is from DC Comics. The story is by Ram V, with art by Christian Ward. I've always thought that out of all of the Justice League, Aquaman was the one who fit best into horror. The ocean is dark and deep and filled with all kinds of monstrosities. While they paired Wonder Woman with Justice League Dark, I think Aquaman would have been better suited for the team. Apparently, writer Ram V thinks so too, as he has written a cosmic horror adventure for the King of the Seven Seas to endure. I'm definitely all in on this one, and that moody-ass cover by Christian Ward is nice. Any of these new comics interest you? I'll definitely be checking out Aquaman Andromeda, After School, Where Starships Go To Die, and maybe Usher of the Dead. And I kind of have to check out Volcanosaurus. How's about you? Let me know which ones you're looking forward to reading down in the comments.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be. Stuck inside your